Hi, and welcome to Mom Boss Chronicles. We are your host. I am Jen.
I'm Sue.
And we are empowering and inspiring people through meaningful conversations. So make sure to like and subscribe to listen to great content weekly. Welcome back, everyone, to Mom Boss Chronicles. Today we have a special guest, Tracey Hall. She's a publisher of Jersey Shore Scene, an online magazine, a mom of 5, a grandmother of 3. And she also wrote a really amazing chapter in a book called Magnificently Made, Having It All.
Having it all.
And I really loved that chapter. I thought it was a beautiful testament to any working mom because in the chapter you explained how you had burnout.
Oh, yeah. It's so incumbent on women to take on more than we can handle. And we don't even realize we're doing it.
Ignore that,
but we do
burden.
it.
Yeah.
And we do it. And we take it an awful lot on. And, you know, my chapter was about when I was at the height of my professional career, and I was in sales too. So I was juggling a pretty big sales career, but also having 5 kids at home and a husband that worked full time. And you juggle just as much professionally as you do in your personal life. So you've got so many balls up in the air at once. We were thinking at the time, this is great, I'm making so much money, I can have what I want. And it just doesn't work because there's always something that's going to drop.
Yeah, something gives.
Something will give.
Yeah, I know. So the illusion isn't always.
No. So we were sold a bill of goods.
Yeah.
You can't have it all.
Like
so
growing up, you were, I'm sure, determined to have a career because you were you are successful in
yeah,
your career.
no. And
so were you determined
very
to have
determined,
that? Yeah.
very determined. Always wanted to make my own money and have my own money. But for not just for selfish reasons, but just in case, you know, and my independence.
You have
Yeah.
to fall
But
back.
before my time, that wasn't a thing.
I know.
You know, it was just the men that worked and brought home the money. So it was very important for me
To prove it, right?
to have, you know, have my own career and my funds.
When you kind of had that realization that, like, we can't necessarily have it all, was there something that sparked that? Was there something that happened?
So I had gotten really sick,
Okay.
and I write about it in my chapter because I was trying to work from a hospital bed. And, I mean, looking back, it was so stupid. I was like, you were insane. But it just, like, it was that frying pan to the head, like, boing, what are you doing? But I thought I had to.
Yeah.
You know, I needed to close that deal. I needed to finish what I was doing. And
Instead
then I
of
had
resting.
Right. I had my laptop on my lap in my bed. I was hooked up to all this equipment, and, you know, I was taking it all into the bathroom. It was insane.
Like, what am I doing?
Yeah, it's literally working yourself to death.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I had pushed myself so hard that I feel like it was literally divine intervention that was like, no, you don't need to do this anymore.
Yeah, because you write in the chapter about you were working while you were in the hospital, and then your employer kind of just like
Yeah,
shut you.
so I was really sick, and I wasn't going to be able to return right away. So he was like, well, just go out on disability. You know, he just like dismissed me. And I was like, wait, what? You don't want me to work? And I've never had that. I've never been fired. I was never laid off.
Yeah.
You know, it was always like, go. And he's like, just go collect disability. And he shut me out of all of my emails, my access
Like, just
to
turned it off.
Yeah, just turned me off.
Wow.
And it was such a revelation, you know, like you have it all in one moment and then it's gone.
And that must have hurt.
And it was awful because then I had nothing.
I know.
That was my job. And then I didn't have another job. This
Yeah.
was before I had Jersey Shore Scene. And, you know, I still had the kids and I was sick. And I was like, oh, my, you know, now what?
I know. That must have been very low.
It was a low. It was
Did at
definitely-
one point, though, like, did you decompress from that situation and look at it as more of a blessing?
No. Not at the time.
Yes.
At the time, I was panic stricken.
Yeah, I completely understand that.
I was panic stricken because my income was gone, and I, you know, was at the point where I didn't want to go back to him because I was like, forget that, you know, why would I even? So then it was like, now what? So what I write about in my chapter was that was how Jersey Shore Scene came about because I was at my lowest low, and I didn't want to get there again. Like I didn't want someone else to put me there.
Yes.
I know.
If I was going to be there, I want to do it myself.
Exactly, the autonomy, right?
Yes, yes.
I know, because obviously somebody else shutting the door for you when you're not ready.
And unplugging your computer and all your contacts
Right.
and
trying
all
to
of
be
that.
loyal. Yeah.
And, you're making them money.
Yes.
I know.
And
Right.
it was like, wow.
And that's part of your identity,
Yes.
like I can tell how dedicated, just hearing that, how dedicated you were to your profession. And that does, it intertwines with your DNA, and to have
Totally.
someone make that call without even a discussion or.
No. And no compassion either,
Yeah.
which is another
That's
thing that
hurtful.
was really, it struck me later was how it was just like they slammed the door on
Without
a sick
checking- I
woman.
know.
Yeah, right.
I was like, wow, that's really cold.
And not only a sick woman, but like an employee. Like, did you not value me
Right,
as a
no,
person?
apparently not,
Like,
no.
you didn't want to check in on
Yeah.
me and see how we could work this out.
No.
That's very uncompassionate. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how long would you say that went on before Jersey Shore Scene came about?
Jersey Shore Scene came pretty quick.
Oh, it did.
Because I needed to do something.
Yeah.
I had to do something.
You couldn't sit idle, right?
Couldn't sit idle, but I needed to get back in. I didn't want to just sit and collect unemployment and do nothing. I felt like, I'm not ready to retire. I was way too young for that. So I was like, well, what can I do? And having had the background I had in sales and advertising and marketing, I'm like, I'm just going to put something together for myself. So I was lucky enough that through my career, I met so many really cool people, and they helped me, like I had first thought I was going to do a paper magazine, like a typical paper.
Like a print. Yeah.
Print product. Was talked out of that. They're like, don't even bother. It's
What
so
year is this?
expensive. It was back in, let's say, 2017.
Okay. And I'm sure like print has changed. And
Yeah, I mean, it was still kind of out there, but it was fading away, and people were going way more digital. So it was just having the opportunity to people to guide me on what I should and shouldn't do. So after a lot of legwork and meetings and, while I was recovering, I was putting all the pieces together, and I launched in October 2017.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still there.
Well, that's a testament. I mean,
Yeah.
especially a publication, I feel like they come and go kind
They
of
really
rather
do.
quickly.
Yeah.
And I think that was a smart move not to go
With
paper.
print. Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
Although it seems like it's making a comeback now.
a little bit.
But
Yeah.
not then.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah, because I see it now, and I'm happy because I'm a print girl. That's my
Oh,
background.
yeah.
I
You
like
love
You like
the
that
magazine
yeah,
and the
that
newspapers.
tangible.
Yeah.
So I'm all for it. I love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Nostalgia in a way.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's awesome. So Jersey Shore Scene, how did you get the title, the concept?
I wanted to use Jersey Shore in the title in some way because of the show, which I hate. Just a
I think
side
that-
note.
yeah.
But it has
But
such notoriety.
It has, people are Googling it all the time.
Yeah,
So I wanted
that's
that in the
smart.
title, just for that, just so I would get numbers. And I wanted it to be about stories about having lived here my whole life and having met so many cool people that live here. I mean, the artists, the teachers, the business, the
culture, right?
The culture,
Yes.
the music, the
Yeah.
art. It's incredible. So I just felt there was really cool things to talk about without any kind of like news slant. I didn't
Right.
want it to be a newspaper.
Yeah.
There's plenty of places to get that. I wanted it to be stories.
And positive.
All
About
positive.
The
Which I-
people of the community.
Yeah, and I love that. When I see Jersey Shore Scene, I know it's like
Yeah.
all good stuff. Like
Yeah.
I'm not
Good
going to be
stuff.
stressed out.
No, I don't want you to leave stressed.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want you to be happy.
What area did you grow up in?
So I lived in Elbron.
Okay.
Grew up by, I used to go to West End Beach.
Okay. Oh,
wow.
Yep, so always Monmouth County
Yeah.
by the shore. And now I'm by Belmar.
Oh, nice.
Right, so I
I'm
haven't-
in West
haven't
Long
gone
Branch,
far.
so I'm very close.
Oh, okay, so you know exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the best. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I mean, I grew up in Sayreville, which is not terribly far, but it's just
Not at the shore. Yeah.
No, it's not
It's a
the
little
shore.
different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same. I grew up right next to Sioux.
Yeah.
That was a different county in New Jersey. And for anybody who doesn't know, in New Jersey, we live at the shore. It is very different from the show, Jersey Shore.
Yes.
It is a very unique, awesome downtowns by the beach, cool beach vibes. It's
Yep.
a really cool culture.
Laid back.
Yeah.
We have our flip flops.
Right,
Yes.
it's very laid back.
And it is laid back. I
And
wouldn't change
great
it for the
shops and restaurants. There's so many beautiful
music.
things. Music. Oh,
Yes.
music.
The music scene is unbeatable.
Yeah.
You don't even have to go to the city. You
No.
can see a good show here. You don't
Yeah.
have to go
Stone
anywhere.
Pony. I mean, there's so many
Yeah.
different places to go. My son goes to Lake House in
Oh,
in,
yeah,
in
we've heard about
Asbury.
them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he's doing a concert next month. So, like, it's just amazing. It's such a
Wonderful.
great sense of community.
Yeah.
And it's not vanilla. You know,
Yeah.
like there's something for everybody.
We're rainbow sherbet here
Yes.
at the
Yeah,
shore.
Yeah.
which is pretty cool. Yeah, it's not a bland taste. There's a lot.
Right.
So did you get a lot of great warm reception from the community once
It was really great because it was a different twist, and I was letting people tell their stories that you're not going to see in a newspaper or wherever they're doing. So it was able for for people to kind of go a little deeper on their why. Like, why are you doing this? Why are you selling this? Why are you doing? And it was just really fun. So there's never a lack of content. Someone to talk about.
Yeah.
Or there's never a lack.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
And then probably such a good feeling to get to connect with our community and our neighborhood.
It really is. Like I said, I keep going back to the point that there's so many cool people here. It really are.
Do you yourself facilitate or write all of the pieces?
A little bit.
Okay.
I do a lot of editing. I have people that contribute, and then
Right.
I'll ask certain authors to cover things for me.
Oh,
It
okay.
depends. So I have a little bit of both.
All right, so then, you're kind of doing the research as
I'm
well.
wearing multiple hats.
Yeah. It's usually the happens
Multitasking
when you're a
again.
business owner,
But I wanted to take advantage of the creativity part of my brain rather than the analytical sales part of my brain.
For so many years, you were just sales and numbers,
yeah,
right?
I needed to, put it into a different, creativity and positivity and
So do you like this work much better than when you were just doing sales?
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
That's
For
awesome.
sure.
So it's more
But I
fulfilling.
couldn't have done it if I hadn't done
Yeah.
my
Right.
career
Your
before.
background,
I
yeah.
couldn't have done this.
It's funny how that all kind of comes together.
Yes, everything's
right?
for a reason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Are any of your children following in your footsteps?
Well, my oldest son writes for me,
I love
and we have a little dog, Marley, that he takes on adventures, and we'll write about dog-friendly places at the shore, which there's so many. Like recently, they were just at a Blue Claws game.
Oh, you can bring your dog there?
Yeah,
I know that.
right?
That is
So I mean,
so
so he's
cool.
involved.
That's really
he,
cool.
He really is. So it's fun. It takes a certain mentality though to produce it. Like it's there's a lot of background things that I haven't done with my sons yet.
Right.
I'm not sure if they would want that part of it, but they do like the creative part to
That's
write.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's
fun.
such a great legacy to leave for your kids
Yeah, I
too,
would love
or like
that.
if they,
Yeah.
just having them get involved, and then also seeing your pivot,
Right.
from
I know.
being in this, high, fast-paced life to obviously not saying that you're not hustling in this space as well, but
This is way more laid back than the career I
Yeah.
came from.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's way more laid back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny how things happen in life and you're forced to change.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
I'm sure would have kept going in that sales
Oh, I
position,
would've.
right?
Right, like
and
an
never
idiot.
would have started Jersey Shore Scene.
Right.
No.
That never would have came if you weren't
No.
forced by.
Well, that's the universe,
I
I
know.
truly believe in all
Yeah.
that. Because I feel like that is a common theme
Mm-hmm.
for a lot of people who pivoted from a career or situation that they were in. They had something really serious happen
Mm-hmm.
that, okay,
Yeah,
I gotta
all right.
I gotta
I
change,
get it
and this
now.
is my opportunity to actually live my authentic
Yes.
self, and it's
Yeah.
so much more fulfilling.
Right.
I'm
and
sure in the moment it's scary.
It's so scary,
Right,
right?
very,
Yeah.
very scary.
Yeah.
But you have to take that leap sometimes, and you can't be afraid to fail.
Yeah.
I know.
Because I don't know who coined the phrase, but you're failing forward.
Yes.
So, and I love that because that's how you learn.
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna mess it up, fine.
Yeah.
But I'll fix it.
And so what? You failed.
Right, I'll
so
fix
what?
it.
Right?
Who cares?
It's not a failure. It's a lesson, right?
Yes.
Right.
And
Right.
like truly, what is the worst thing? Okay, so you redo it differently or you do something else. Like I know I used to be so afraid of failing, right?
Yeah.
Like we all are. And then at the end of the day, we still have our health. We still have,
Right.
my family. Like, okay, so what? I could do this again. Like,
Yes.
don't be afraid to fail, right? Like, just don't.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you won't start if you're afraid.
Yes, exactly. You will never keep going.
Right.
Yeah.
So what does the future of Jersey Shore Scene look
So
like
the
for you?
future, right now, I'm easing into retirement. My husband's retiring soon, and I'm probably, well, the good thing about it is I'll have more time to give Jersey Shore Scene. So I'm kind of curious to see, I want to hit the 10-year mark.
Yep.
And that's not that far off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At that point, we'll see where I'm at, and maybe someone will buy it like a Bill Gates for a couple $1 billion
Yes.
or something. I don't know.
You could sail off into the
I
sea.
hope for you, and
you
don't
could
forget
sail
about
I'm putting it out there.
Yes.
Bill Gates.
Yeah.
It'll be for sale in a
That
few
would be
years.
amazing if he would be
Or
smart to do
Oprah.
that.
Yeah.
She'd be perfect.
Yeah. Does it come out? What's the cadence?
So I put out content either every day or every other day.
That's amazing. So you are working very hard.
It's a lot of content. And what's cool is now I have 7 years of content that I can look back on and refresh.
Cool. Like a library, yeah.
And there's some, we've written about so many good things that are still, mean to people, are important to people now. So it's like, okay, I'm going to run that again. That was a really good story.
Yeah. Especially if somebody's new to finding you,
Yeah.
right? Like they don't know because they just started
just
following
repurpose it.
Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Do you have some favorite like memories or stories or things?
For the website?
Yeah, the Jersey Shore scene.
Oh gosh, I mean, it's opened so many doors like this, being able to do things like this and writing in the book that we were in together. I've been able to just do things I never thought I would do. I've been able to go to shows. I've been able to interview people I admire, that I was a fan of, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm talking to you. Like that kind of thing. Like it opened a lot of doors like that. So without it, I wouldn't have had those experiences.
The power of saying yes.
Yeah, just go with it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Tracey wrote another chapter in another book that we're both in, Take Me With You. It's stories dedicated to moms. Mm-hmm. And you wrote about your mom in there.
Yeah.
And that chapter was called
Who Cares?
And I love that. And if you don't mind telling the listeners what that...
Yeah, sure. So my mom had always been a very rigid OCD, everything right. I mean, she ate right, she exercised. We all, we're all kept in line. All her ducks were in a row.
Yeah.
And then in the last couple years of her life, she developed dementia. And the interesting thing about that is how it freed her from her OCD habits. They just went away. Mm-hmm. And we were so, it was so amazing to watch and beautiful to watch. But then at the same time, I was like, who are you?
Yeah. The identity of the person.
I couldn't even believe it was her anymore, because her house used to be spotless. And then you'd go in and it wasn't anymore. Mm-hmm. And there's cat hair and dishes. And it's like, wait, what is going on? So for us to adjust to it was a little difficult because we were so used to her being her. But for her, it was such a freeing thing.
Yeah.
And she
was she more lighthearted? And...
So much more lighthearted. Didn't have a care in the world. And we had the reason why we got the title was I had gone down with my son to visit her, and her car was parked outside her little cottage in her retirement community, and it was covered with pollen, like an inch thick. And this would never have happened. She used to wash that car like every week.
Oh my gosh!
So I'm writing on the car with my finger. I'm like, Mom, are you going to wash your car?
Yeah.
And she's like, who cares?
Oh.
And that was where I got the title.
Yep,
I was like,
I love
wait,
that.
what?
What did my mother just say?
I was like, wait, who are you?
Yeah.
And my son and I are looking at each other like, this person.
Yeah.
So that was the lesson right there was, wow, all those years of her caring so much and being so rigid and denying herself an awful lot too, because I can only have this. I'm only going to do that. I'm, very, very rigid.
So did she have fun in life, or was she?
She did have a lot of fun,
Good.
but she was rigid. I mean, she was uptight.
Yeah.
So for the last few years of her life, she was just rid of that.
Oh, and did that coincide when Jersey Shore Scene, or was it different?
No, Jersey Shore Scene was a couple years before all this.
Okay, because I was going to say how cool, because you kind of took the leap of faith of so what, who cares?
Right.
And then this happens.
Yeah.
So it's kind of reaffirmed,
Right, we both kind of felt that in different, terms, of course, but it was just, when you have your mom and, God, we were so close, but to see her differ from the mom I grew up with to this other woman, and it was like, wow.
Was her change in habit something that's tipped everyone off that perhaps she...
It started more with her forgetfulness.
Got it.
She just, the short-term memory went really fast. So it was very repetitive.
Yeah.
She couldn't remember. But then she would bring up these memories from her past that I had never heard. And all of a sudden, so I was learning more about her, even though she was, her
that she
brain
never opened up about before.
No, and they just resurfaced. So I was hearing stories about her childhood that I had never heard.
Wow.
So kind of learning more about her, but she couldn't remember what she had said 2 minutes before.
Right.
So it's just really strange how the short term goes first, and then the long term memories kind of surge forward.
That's interesting with the mind.
Yes.
Like the files that you keep in here and what comes to forefront.
Yeah. You never know what's going to come out.
My mother-in-law had dementia, and it was just same situation. It was repetitive, but she would have these epic
Tales.
stories,
right.
from being younger that come out of left field,
Right.
Yeah.
but
So
you're sitting there like, wow,
Yeah.
I had no idea.
part of your life, your kids never even heard about before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
And I think it's such a testament to the topic of having it all. Like at the end of the day, when you live your life, like, do you feel fulfilled?
Right.
Like, did you?
You're mainly exhausted, so
Yeah.
that's not being fulfilled. I think what I like to see, like in women in where you guys are with your children and stuff, is that there's more balance, and that's like that means something to you guys now. You were like, Back in my day, I had no idea what balance was.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
They didn't talk about it, right? That wasn't even a buzzword.
Like self-care, that was never a thing.
I feel like even watching my mom when I was younger, I don't think she ever took time for herself. Like now I will get that facial.
Yes.
I will go to the gym. My mom never got a facial, never went to the gym. Like,
Right.
I know, and it's like, wow.
It's nice to see that has changed. You
Yeah.
know, it's more like it's more inner work that we're doing now, and I love to see that.
Yeah, like you don't have to be a martyr.
No.
And it's like breathing air, at this point, like I feel like we've talked about this. I show up better for my son when I am,
Right, when
you
you're
put the
okay.
mask
when I took care of myself,
Right.
When you
right?
put yourself first, I know it's kind of it's backwards because like moms always used to be the last to take care of themselves. But now I feel like have a happy child is a happy mom.
Yeah.
They say that there's such a direct correlation between kids being happy and the
Right.
happiness of the mother.
Of course.
Right.
And if the mom feels burnt out and not happy, how?
Oh, I know for sure when these nerves are frazzled, my son's our
of course,
energy,
we do.
goes off on them, and then he's acting away, and then we're like,
Yeah.
So,
And I feel like they know every button to push when
Oh,
you're at
yes.
that moment.
Yes,
you're
when you're-
like, oh, stop.
everyone stop talking.
We had this episode about balance, and it's kind of one of those things where, like, in different seasons of your life, there's going to be different balances. Like, maybe work becomes forefront at certain times, and maybe
Right.
personal life. So it's just kind of knowing and listening
I
to
came
yourself.
to realize that I always wanted to make a lot of money, and I still do.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but the goal really is to be available
Yes.
for my son. You know what I'm saying? That like, yes, I want to hustle, I want to make a lot of money, but it's that mindset
At what
change.
cost?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it goes by
doesn't-
fast. I can tell you that.
I
They're
know.
all grown. All my kids are grown, and we have grandchildren, and we're empty nesters.
Right.
Aw.
So these little things that are happening now, it's like you're not even going to remember them.
Like,
it's just
like
gonna,
to your mom's, like who
Right,
cares,
right,
right? Like
right.
the things we're getting
Cares,
upset
yeah,
about.
yeah.
Yeah.
I see how fast it's going by, and it's
goes
frightening.
crazy fast.
I know. Yeah.
I-
I try to savor the moments now
Yeah.
more. Yeah. And I saw something too of talking about wealth. Like today's wealth, yes, it's money, but today's wealth is being able to take your kid,
Yeah.
to that trip, or being able to pick them up from school, or being there when they're sick. When before,
Spring show,
yes,
all those things.
I know.
When before, how many moms did have to sacrifice their time?
Right, we had to hire someone to do it for us
Yeah.
because we were working. And, I was actually working to pay someone to
Yes.
watch my kids.
Yeah.
so
I know.
I could work.
Right. But there's beauty and independence. And I mean, I was brought up, one, I always wanted my own money. My grandmother actually was a boss. Like, she worked for the city of Jersey City in a time that really was like,
right.
so that was my role model. But I thought, I was like, I want to be the boss too,
Yeah.
and I want to have my own money because I don't know. I must have heard my mom and her friends talking shit about their husbands when I was little.
You're like, I'm not
because
gonna
I was
have to
like,
worry
no,
about
I
that.
don't want to deal with that. I don't have my own money. I don't want to feel beholden or stuck, right?
I know, because that's the other thing is if you don't have your own money, then you feel like
Yep.
I
Right.
am forced to just deal with what's
Yeah.
given because I'm not being able to.
But that's
Right.
the mindset. So I worked in corporate too for like 15 years prior to selling real estate, and you just
Yeah.
get sucked in.
Yeah.
You really do. And like I said earlier, you kind of take on more than you should.
Yeah.
And then you don't even, like I said, you don't even realize it. You're
Nope.
just doing it.
Yeah, you're
just
piling
doing
so
it,
much on.
Piling it on.
Yeah, and then something gives, like
Yeah.
your health. Unfortunately, that's what happened.
That was my wake-up call, my
Yeah.
red flag. And
Then you got back on track.
Yeah, I got on a different track.
Yeah.
So it was a better track.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't keep going on the track. I was going to hit a wall bad.
So it's a beautiful story that there's always another round. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And you can always pick things back up. You can glue them back together, and you start over, and you do something maybe that's a little bit more authentic for yourself.
Right, something that you love. I really think that matters too. If you are going to start something new, make sure it's something you love to do.
I love that advice.
Yeah.
So true, right? Because
Don't just do it because you have to do something.
Yeah.
Try to monetize what you love.
how many times do you force something and it doesn't resonate with you?
A lot.
Right?
A lot.
A lot of people I know have forced
Yeah.
a career or
Yeah,
forced something,
it's
and
just
then
not-
you kind of hit this wall. Like, why am I forcing this?
Yeah, no, that's what made sense to me too. It's like, I love this. I love the story. I
Yeah.
love where I live. I love the people. So why not put it all together?
And you know what's interesting? I feel like in social media, you know how influencers are taking off? I think a lot of them are doing so well because they're authentic.
Yeah.
And kind
Right.
of what you're doing Jersey Shore Scene because that's authentic to you. And I feel like the world is kind of seeing that.
Right.
Yeah.
Authenticity is so important. So if you're not being authentic, people
Well, you can usually
see through it.
that bullshit.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's, coming from the news background that I was always at big newspapers and stuff, it's so sad to see how distorted media has become too.
I know. So does that...
It really makes
it's
me,
really sad.
It's really upsetting because, for so many years, the advertising department worked hand in hand with the newsroom. And watching the guys in the newsroom doing what they were doing, but then everything they did went off to fact checkers. There was a whole department
Yeah.
of fact checkers.
Yep.
So that whatever was being published was true
I know
and
what you mean.
accurate. Now it's like,
And verified.
right.
Yeah. And now...
you don't know and
I know,
nobody
it's-
cares. It's like, okay.
The part that no one cares is what pisses me off.
It's wild,
Yeah.
Do
right?
you not have integrity any
No,
longer? Do you not
no.
have ethics any longer? Do you not feel like you have a duty to the people, the public?
It's so upsetting to me.
yeah.
And it's hard
because
for me, even to my son, because he'll be like, "Oh, I read or saw this." I'm like, "Do not believe
Yeah.
everything you read,
No.
especially late. Like, you cannot believe it. Like,
No.
please don't."
I
Like,
know.
it's-
So where do you go for the truth?
I-
And that's why with Jersey Shore Scene, I wanted no part of the news,
Yep.
and it wasn't even that bad
No,
back in
right.
2017
Yep.
as it is
But now it's so polarizing.
Now it's like, ooh,
I know.
it's crazy. I just, it's real. It's
I have
upsetting.
to read like 17 different publications across
Me
like
too.
Yes.
the
I do
plethora
too.
of,
To get a full
You know,
story.
like from right leading to left leading
Yes.
to left
To
from right,
center.
whatever. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like to find like maybe
The glimmer of yeah.
I did a piece of, it's called "The Truth Is in the Middle," and I really believe that. I feel like
Yes.
everybody's got great points,
Yep.
but it comes down to the middle.
Right.
We're all kind of here in the
Yes.
middle, right? And so people seem to forget that.
Yeah.
We all kind of want the same thing.
Yes.
When you go to the people, not the big shots that
Right.
are running things, but the people.
And
We
on
just
biased
want-
news, apparently that's really hard to get.
Oh yeah,
I
'cause what
know.
is that anymore? Oh my goodness.
I know. It would be nice to just kind of hear things the way they are without having a spin on it. That's hard
so
to get.
True. And
Yeah.
back when I was a child growing up, the news was on at like 6:00 at night
And
for
everybody
half an
watched
hour.
it.
Yeah.
My mom
and that
was
was it.
and that was it.
That
And my mom was
that was
so
it.
loyal to watching it. Were you like, was your
Yeah.
like? I remember my
Yes.
mom was very loyal. to
Evening news or
Yes.
something, and that was it. It was just a half hour out of your day
got-
and done.
Yeah.
And
now
you
it can-
formulated your own opinion or whatever. Now it's in our face 24/7. You can't even open your
And a
laptop.
lot of people get their news from TikTok.
Yeah.
like, which
I know.
I know it's crazy. Like, cause talk about fact checking. You can say anything on social media sites, and then who
nobody's checking you. So
Yeah.
that is something from my background that I
Yeah.
see today, and it's
Does that drive you
heartbreaking.
crazy?
I'm sure.
It's just
Yeah.
heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It's like, how did we get here?
And what intuition? You didn't even have that, but what intuition that your publication, Jersey Shore Scene,
Oh, I was not going to news.
which is and I'm happy you didn't, because
No.
yeah, you have something for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the good stuff.
Which I feel like we need more of.
Yep.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. So you have an Instagram page, Jersey Shore Scene, right?
Yep, I'm not on TikTok. No, it's my website, Facebook, and Instagram,
And
and
it's
I
all-
have a newsletter that goes out. So.
Awesome, Jersey Shore Scene.
Yep.
And people can subscribe and get the
Yeah,
newsletter.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to, because do you talk about like different restaurants and things happening?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's so many cool spots opening
There
up.
are.
I
there
saw
are.
there's porch art coming
Yes,
up
in Ocean Grove.
Ooh. Like
That looks cool.
different vendors.
So
selling
no,
art?
it's homes. So
Oh.
people are opening their front porches to artists to display their art. So you
Oh my
can
God.
stroll Ocean Grove, which I love.
Yeah.
I love
That is
Ocean
so
Grove.
cool.
And just look at their stuff.
Yeah.
I mean that is such a
14.
unique
Oh my
Jersey
gosh,
Shore
so
thing,
cool.
right? It's really cool.
I like, and Asbury does cool like Porch Fest.
Yes.
With the music.
Very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, very similar.
Yeah. So many cool things. So if you are in New Jersey, you have to definitely check out Jersey Shore Scene. If you live
definitely.
anywhere else, you should come to New Jersey.
No, don't come here. We're full.
But just come visit and check it out.
Yes,
It's very
please do.
summer's the best time.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
No
And then
doubt.
we'll link as well remind us where your chapters are in your book?
So I'm in Magnificently Made. It's called Having It All was the name of my chapter. And then in the mom's book, my chapter was called Who Cares?
Right.
And that book is called Take Me With You.
Awesome.
Both great chapters. I read them both.
Yeah, I read yours too.
Oh, thank you. I know Tracey and I got to be in the books together, but
yeah.
both really great chapters. So.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate
Absolutely.
Well, thank you all for listening. Make sure to like and subscribe for more great content.